but I need to make this review because I procrastinate a lot, and I'm like, I need to get this done so that I can, you know, focus on other things in my life and not have to worry about this review. Not that I don't enjoy making these reviews, it's just that, you know, sometimes I forget about it and I'm like, oh shit, that movie came out 3 months ago and I still haven't reviewed it. But anyways, so first off, I want to say I saw the Dungeons and Dragons movie, Honor Among Thieves, and I didn't review it because I have like nothing to say about it. It was like Jumanji, the new one, except instead of a jungle video game, it was like a fantasy world. So it was fine. It did what it had to. The story wasn't anything special. It was pretty predictable. But I got a few laughs, and the performances were good. Chris Pine was fine. It was fine. I'm not gonna review it. Like, I'm not gonna give it its own video because there's nothing to say about it. But now we're here at Mario. And if you know me in my real life, I've been kind of memeing on this movie for like 2 years. I've been acting like this is my most anticipated movie of all time, and it kind of is. But you know, I was kind of joking, but I kind of wasn't because I am very excited for this movie. I was, and you know, I was really looking forward to it because I don't know if I've mentioned this on the channel before. I think I have, but I am a pretty big Mario fan. I have loved Mario my whole life. I've my earliest memories. I remember um, sitting on the couch watching my dad play Mario Galaxy while I had the other Wii remote, and I would collect the stars for him. And then eventually, when I grew up to be you know, a true gamer, I 100%ed Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. And I 100%ed Mario Galaxy 1. You have to beat the last level. You have to beat Bowser's Star Reactor or whatever like 4 times. And I did it. I got all 121 stars as Mario and Luigi just to show you all that I'm not a quitter. And then I 100% Mario Galaxy 2, and then I 100% Mario 64. I almost said Mario Galaxy 64. Mario 64 is a lot of fun. I've played a lot of Mario my whole life. Um, Played a lot of Mario Kart. I love playing Mario Party with Ale. If you have seen him in the other reviews, every time we hang out, we play Mario Party at least once because it's so fun. I love Mario Kart. Super Paper Mario, I used to like. I love Mario. I've always loved Mario. Um, I've always loved the world and the games, and just I have some stuff that I'm gonna bust out right now that you'll see. Um, so yeah, I'm the target audience for this movie, you know. And so when this movie was first announced that Illumination was making a Mario movie, my first thought was that was my first thought. And then the cast announcement came and everybody was fucking memeing on it, and I remember looking at it and thinking to myself like, I guess there are worse choices. Like when Chris Pratt as Mario was announced, I wasn't like pissed off like everybody else was. Everybody was like, "What the fuck, Chris Pratt?" I was just more like, I mean, I'm glad. I'm just happy it's not Tom Holland. Fucking if it was, oh my god, I was fine with it. Really, the only one I was really didn't like was Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, but that's just because I fucking hate Seth Rogen. No, that's a joke. But all the other ones I was fine with. My favorite ones were I loved Charlie Day as Luigi and Jack Black as Bowser. I thought those were both pretty inspired casting because I love It's Always Sunny and Charlie's my favorite character on It's Always Sunny. So seeing that he's going to play Luigi, I'm like, this man is perfect. I literally can't think, besides Charles Martinet, I literally can't think of anybody else who would be better at Luigi. And then the movie came out, the trailers came out, and I remember thinking like, this looks fun. This looks entertaining. This looks like a good film. This looks like something that I would enjoy, even though I fucking hate Illumination. Illumination, I mentioned this in the Minions review. I don't like their movies. I haven't seen all of them, but I think they're just so boring and inoffensive, and like they just don't. I get the sense that they're just so that everything they make is just so made to please everyone. There's no passion, there's no risk taking. with any of their movies, and the worst example is like Sing 1, where it's a singing competition, but then at the end they're like, "There's no winner because everybody's a winner. We're just all singing for ourselves." Go fuck yourself. Um, but anyways, yeah, I hate Illumination movies. I like some of them. I like the Despicable Me movies. I like those. Not all of them. I don't really like Minions or Despicable Me 3, but I have fun with those. I enjoy those. And that's it. And I like the Lorax ironically. Anyways, so this movie, I've seen it twice now. This is not a joke. I've seen this movie twice. Um, because the first time I saw it with my family, and then the second time I was invited to see it with my friends, so I went to see it. And yeah, I've seen this movie twice. And I was probably going to see it twice anyways, to be honest with you. But let's talk about this movie. So the Mario movie... Now, it's been getting kind of slammed by critics. You know, critics have not been really kind to this movie. And I gotta tell you, watching this movie, I thought to myself, like, someone who doesn't know anything about Mario, someone who, you know, even someone who's just a sort of casual fan of Mario, they're not gonna understand what the fuck's happening in this. They're gonna be like, why are they racing on a rainbow? Why are there gorillas? Why the fuck is the villain some kind of dragon turtle? You know what I mean? And, you know, it's hard to review this movie. I gotta be totally honest with you. It's kind of hard to review this movie because I can look at it from two angles. I can look at it from someone who really loves movies and storytelling, and especially animated movies. You know, like Puss in Boots 2. That was amazing. You know, Spider-Verse, something like that. That new Spider-Verse trailer. God damn, that movie looks so good. That movie needs to come out already. But like this movie, it's for kids. It's for kids, right? This is a kids movie. This isn't a movie that's trying to be Pixar. It's not trying to make you cry. It's not trying to make you like rethink your life, like Inside Out or something. But you know, as a movie, I don't think this movie's great. I don't think this movie is anything special. Like if for someone who's not a Mario fan, I don't think they would find anything special here. I don't think this is a great movie. I don't even think it's really that good of a story. But as a Mario fan, I had a really good time with it. I had a really good time with this movie. As a Mario fan, it basically gave me what I wanted. You know, like if you were to tell me they're making Illumination is making a Mario movie, I would think this is probably the best that we're gonna get. To be honest with you. This was the first Illumination movie I've seen since like the first Despicable Me, where I felt like they kind of tried. Because, like, I don't think they were trying like Pixar level, but at the same time I'm like they probably knew that they could not fuck this up, because if they fucked this up, that would have been bad, you know. And I'm gonna get into the movie in a bit, but I just want to say one thing about critics. People are saying, well, what did you want? Why are critics being so harsh on this movie? Were you expecting a great story? It's a Mario movie. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, but I mean, Lego Movie is a movie based on Legos. And that movie's amazing. I'm not saying the Mario movie needs to be some complex piece of cinema, but I don't think it's asking too much to ask for an interesting story, you know? Or interesting characters. For me, it worked, but I can understand why for some people it doesn't. You know, I have no issue if you did not like this movie, because it's a kid's movie, you know. But for me personally, I really enjoyed this movie both times. I really had fun with it. I really had fun with the references. I had fun just looking in the background. In the background of one of the opening scenes, there is Punch-Out posters on the wall. There's Glass Joe, Little Mac. I don't know if I've ever said this, but Punch-Out is one of my favorite games ever. I love it. I remember when Little Mac was announced for Smash Brothers, I lost my mind. I was so happy. And you know, there were a lot of references. There was a Star Fox ship on Mario's TV. He was playing the NES. He was playing Kid Icarus. It was cool. And you know, the story's nothing great, but like I just love the Mario world. You know, I enjoyed seeing Mario platform and you know, do the stuff he does in the games. And the jokes, I gotta be honest with you, I didn't really laugh that much unless the jokes were coming from Bowser. Fun fact, Bowser is the name of my dog. Um, but I just enjoyed this movie for what it was. I thought the action and the animation were very fun to look at. Like the Mario Kart sequence was a lot of fun. I loved the fight between Mario and Donkey Kong. That was straight up Smash Brothers, and I thought that was super fun. I liked the ending fight. I really liked the. Did I already say I liked the Mario Kart scene? Well, if I didn't, I really like that scene. I love the scene where Luigi has to fight off the Dry Bones and the Shy Guys. That was like straight out of Luigi's Mansion. I kind of wanted more of that. I love the Mario World. I love the music in this movie. Like, they really did awesome with the music. They would just incorporate it into the score. They had so many themes. They had themes from Galaxy, from 3D World, from Odyssey, from Captain Toad. They played the Captain Toad theme at one point, and I was like, ah! They played the Dr. Mario theme at one point, for God's sakes. I was so... Like, Dr. Mario, that's a deep cut, you know? So I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to go from character to character and explain what I thought with them. I told you I was going to bust these out. First off, Mario, voiced by the lovable and huggable Chris Pratt. Like I said, I wasn't really that upset when I heard Chris Pratt was Mario. I was just like, eh. I mean, my thing was more like, how are they going to write Mario? Because Mario doesn't really have a personality, you know? And I thought they did him well. I love that he just never gives up, and he's just kind of a normal dude. You know, he's not like some special chosen one. He's just a guy. And that's what I like about Mario, you know? I thought Chris Pratt did a good job, honestly. And I love the Super Mario Bros. Super Show theme. I used to love that show. I used to watch it all the time on Netflix. And I also used to watch Sonic Underground, but that's irrelevant. Loved Mario. Loved seeing him do his power-ups, seeing him do his thing. I thought Chris Pratt did a good job. Bam. Mario was cool. My boy Luigi. Like I said, I love Charlie Day. I love It's Always Sunny, and I thought he was perfect. I thought he was the second best performance in the movie. I love Charlie Day, and I love Luigi. Luigi is probably my favorite, like, main Mario character. But in Mario Party, in case you're wondering, when I play Mario Party, I pick Yoshi. And when I play Mario Kart, I pick my boy Koopa. And if Koopa's not an option, then Yoshi. But, yeah. My boy Luigi, he was great. But he was sadly underutilized. I guess they figured someone needed to get captured, and it needed to be Luigi. And that's a shame, because I kind of wanted to see him go on the adventure, because I love seeing Mario and Luigi as a duo. Luigi's awesome. I wish he had more to do, but Charlie Day did a great job. And I hope to see him do more in the sequel, if they make a sequel. Luigi. My boy Luigi is awesome. Love him. Yeah. Next we have Toad. Toad's inclusion in this movie is so funny because he has, like, no reason to be there. Like, Peach tells Mario, she's like, I don't know who you are, but you need to pass this course to make sure you're good enough to go on this journey. And then Toad's like, I want to go on this journey. And Peach is like, okay. Okay, sure. Toad was cute. I liked him. He was voiced by Keegan-Michael Key. I love Key and Peele. He was, you know, he was cute. He was fine. He was comic relief. He had a few funny jokes. I like that they pitched his voice up. It reminded me of South Park for some reason. Toad was cool. No issues with him. That Keegan-Michael Key did a good job. Yeah, no issues with Toad. Thought he was cool. Donkey Kong. Now, I know what you're... Now, listen, I said I fucking hate Donkey Kong. Not Donkey Kong, I love Donkey Kong. I hate Seth Rogen. But I thought he was fine. I thought he was okay. I felt like Donkey Kong's personality in this movie was more like what I would expect out of Funky Kong. I kind of expect Donkey Kong to be more of... Like, they portrayed him as like a... I don't know, like this big dumb jock. And I don't know. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like the Donkey Kong I know is tough. And, you know, he's intimidating. But he's also a nice guy. You know, he's just a swell guy who just wants to help out. But he's also tough. And Seth Rogen, you know, I don't know. He was fine. Seth Rogen would be a good Funky Kong. But as Donkey Kong, he was probably my least favorite character. But I'm glad he was in it, and like I said, I really loved the fight between him and Mario. That was really neat. Um, and apparently they're making a Donkey Kong Country movie, which is like, okay, sure, we'll see. And that was so cool to see Diddy and Dixie in the crowd. Like, that was the biggest pop for me. I was like, Diddy Kong, holy shit, they didn't forget about him. And Cranky Kong, he was fine. People have been complaining about his voice. I thought he sounded fine. He never really made me laugh, but he was fine. He was whatever. He was there. So surprisingly, Seth Rogen did not annoy me as much as I thought he would. So that's something. And then we have Peach, voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy. I love Anya Taylor-Joy. I think she's great. Everything I see her in, even if the movie's not that good, I always think she does a good job. She's very talented, and I actually thought her as Peach was a pretty inspired choice too. Like, I really thought that was really nice, because Anya Taylor-Joy has this sort of like even like in movies and outside of movies, she has this sort of like just sort of radiance to her, and I think she fit the character of Peach really well. I like that Peach, they didn't want her to be captured this time, which is fine. You know, Peach, all the time, Peach, like, does stuff, like in Mario 3D World, or even in that game, Super Princess Peach, or even in Mario 2, even though that game technically was just a dream, but whatever. I really liked her in this movie. I thought she was actually pretty funny. I'm glad they actually gave her a personality. She was cool. I really liked her, actually. I thought Anya Taylor-Joy did a really good job. And, yeah, people hate Peach, but I've always liked Peach. I've always thought she was cool. Hopefully in the sequel we get Daisy voiced by Florence Pugh. That would be awesome. So yeah, Peach was cool. And of course, the show stealer, Jack Black as Bowser. Jack Black is the best part of this movie. Absolutely. I love Jack Black. I've always loved Jack Black. And he is great. He is so funny, and I'm so happy, because Bowser, to me, has always been, like, he's intimidating and he's scary, but he's also kind of pathetic, and people don't realize this, but Bowser is so funny. Bowser is such a funny character, especially in the Paper Mario games. He is so funny. And he's a good dad. I hope Bowser Jr. is in the sequel, voiced by, I don't know, Finn Wolfhard. I don't know. But yeah, I loved Bowser. I loved his song. Jack Black was great, and I really loved that his motivation was that he was in love with Peach, because that's really what he cares about at the end of the day. I love Mario Odyssey. The last level of that game is you go to Bowser and Peach's wedding and you stop it, you know? And it was cute seeing him, like, in his spare time, just, like, think about Peach and write weird songs about her and practice what he's going to say to her. And, you know, a small part of me was like, we've all been there. God, I really hope nobody from my real life sees this. But I don't know, we've all been there. We've all been doing cringy things for our crushes, you know? I related to him. I mean, until later when he does some evil shit, then I'm like, okay, that's too far, buddy. But I don't know, I like those scenes. I like those scenes where he's just like a dumb, he's just some guy who just has a crush on this girl who wants nothing to do with him. I can relate to that. No, that's a joke. That's a joke. But I thought he was great. I thought Jack Black did an awesome job. He was intimidating when he needed to be. He was funny when he needed to be. He was pathetic when he needed to be. He was great. And I also loved Kamek, voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson. Kamek was really awesome. Oh, and the Blue Shell was incorporated in a really creative way. So that's cool. Bowser was great. Probably the best part of this movie. Jack Black really stole the show. So, in conclusion, the Mario movie looks great. And then in the credit scene, there was a little tease for something that was kind of weird because, you know, they already showed him earlier in the movie, but that was still cool to see that they're teasing him for the sequel. Surprised he wasn't in this one, but I'm happy to see him. Excited to see him in the sequel. I have some more. But, I mean, they're not really important because they weren't in the movie. If Wario's in the next one, I want to see my boy Danny DeVito voice him. I think that's perfect. And if my boy Waluigi's in the next one, he has to be voiced by Steve Buscemi. Like, what the fuck are we even doing here if we don't get Danny DeVito and Steve Buscemi? Come on. The fuck are we even doing? But yeah, let me tell you something, guys. This movie, this is the most pathetic shit ever. This movie isn't great. It's not a great movie. It's not something I would call amazing. But for what it is, and for me, a Mario fan, I really enjoyed the movie. I really had a fun time with it. It was everything I wanted it to be. It was funny, not hilarious, but it had some good jokes. It looked great. This is the best I could ask for by an Illumination Mario movie. You know, had some neat things like King Babam and King Boo. And yeah, I really had a fun time with this movie. I really liked watching it. I would say I don't love it, but I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. And it made me happy. And that's what I wanted. I just wanted a good time. I just wanted it to make me happy. And it did. And I hope they make more. I really like this movie. As a film, I'd probably give it like a 6. But as a Mario fan, I would definitely give it a 7. I was very satisfied. I was very happy. I loved, it did everything it had to in that department. So, I love Mario. I'm going to keep playing Mario. I'm excited for this movie. Probably going to buy it. I'm excited to buy this movie is what I meant. I appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. Yeah, Mario is great.